Hi, Post Editing Isaac here. Really quick, I just wanted to point this out. In our part of Cali, it's been really warm lately. So for the past couple days, I've literally just left my window open. And I've even slept it open. Probably shouldn't do that. Last thing I want is to get sick. Allergies are already kicking my ass. Anyways, I didn't notice this until I was literally just editing the video, getting it ready to upload. I guess a freaking small fly must have flown in through my open window, and literally it's going to be seen a couple of times throughout the video. Like I know there's going to be someone who's going to point it out because that's always a thing in everything. Someone always points out one tiny thing out of place, or I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to point that out in case anyone noticed, because I know, like I said, someone's going to point it out. So yeah, sorry about that. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the video. Hello, duelists. Welcome to the King's Court. Okay, so last week we got revealed the new Master Hero cards, Master Hero Duskcrow and Master Hero Furnace, and as well as the new fusion card, Master Hero Atomic. So everywhere hero players are just scrambling to try to basically theory craft, start working on combos, trying to basically start from the ground up really, because these cards really do change up how the deck is not only played but also structured. So I wanted to go over a couple of one card. Okay, one of them is 1.5. I'm not gonna lie. I clickbaited you. I'm so sorry. But seriously though, these are like the most important initiators of the combos, because Stratos, Vion, and Fusion Destiny have always been pretty much the right away the starter for the combos for heroes for a very long time at this point. So I wanted to go over the ones that are basically one card, 1.5, and go over the basically the turn one fields that are possible. And you could even do a lot of some of these going turn two, because one of these I will go over is a different kind of combo. What if you can do, but it's one of those ones where it's very hand dependent. So if you want to see like a test hand video, let me know in the comments, and I'll get to work on that too. So that's pretty much everything. So we before we get to the main part of the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bell for more videos. If you want to see if you have any suggestions, or hell, if you know any really good combo lines that I don't mention here, let us know in the comments. I'd love to read them, and I'm sure there's other hero players who would just love to see them as well. So that's pretty much everything. So, like I said, I'm gonna go over the one card combos slash 1.5 combos for each of the more popular initiators of for the deck, aka Stratos, Vion, Fusion Destiny, and I'm gonna start off with Stratos, but this is going to be similar to, basically it's a more refined version of the combo, because when the new cards were revealed, I literally was just thinking, right, I posted in our community tab literally a combo that came right to my head as soon as I was reading the card effects before I made the most recent video talking about the new Masteros. This is a more refined version. So this is basically going to be able to let you end on Vision Hero, not Vision Hero, Chaos Hero, Contrast Hero Chaos. God, I don't know why I'm messing that name up. As long as Sunrise and your Wonder Driver. So, first, start up with Stratos. Really quick for these combo videos, really quick. Obviously, we don't have the cards yet, and there's still no date on when we're going to get these into TCG. God, I hope soon, or at least hopefully this year. So for the place of them, because my printer's on the my printer is messed up right now, I'm gonna use in the main deck Mastro Anki as the substitute for Duskcrow, and same thing with Nova Master for Furnace. Just quick heads up. Now this is just going to be the one card. The standard hand we usually start off with going turn one is always 5 cards. So I'm just gonna use Stratos and have just 4 cards right here to represent the other 4, because these don't really matter. It's just to show off what you can do with one card. 1.5. So all right, so with Stratos, we're going to use its effect to search out our good buddy Gold. We're going to activate Gold, ditch, And we're going to search for our Evil Assault. We're going to activate Evil Assault. Now, this is what I meant by 1.5. You just need to discard a card. We'll just discard this one. So, activate, and now you can summon from your deck your Dead End Prison. We're going to use the effect of Dead End Prison. And now remember, they could Valor or anything, sure, let them waste it. Because of how it works, the effect of Dead End Prison is actually just to become a substitute for a fusion. So the dumping the monster from the deck is a cost. So remember that. I made that mistake when this card first came out. So we're going to dump our good buddy Malicious. Get deck slide shuffle. So we're going to banish Malicious to go into our second one. Now from here, we're going to link off our Malicious with our Dead End Prison. And we're going to go into our Infernal Deceiver. Thanks to Infernal Deceiver, we'll be able to add Neos to our hand. Okay, so far so good. Now we're going to use Malicious again. We're going to banish to summon the third one from the deck. And now we're going to link Malicious off with Stratos to go into our Cross Crusader. Thanks to Cross Crusader, we'll get to bring back a Destiny hero from the grave, in this case, Malicious. And then we're going to tribute off, and we're going to search for a hero. And we're going to search for, air quotes, Duskcrow. I'm going to add to our hand. Deck slide shuffle. Alright, now we're going to activate Duskcrow from our hand by banishing a hero. In this, you could really banish either Dead End Prison or Adjusted Gold. Either one, really. I'll just pick Dead End Prison. In order to summon our Duskcrow. And now we're going to use Duskcrow's effect to add Furnace to our hand. Now we're going to use Furnace's effect by discarding itself. We're going to be able to add Polymerization to our hand. Okay. Now we're going to activate our Polymerization. We're going to fuse from our hand Neos and Anki. From here, we're going to add our Sunrise to our hand. Not to our hand. We're going to play Sunrise. So here we're going to be able to use Sunrise's effect to add Miracle Fusion to our hand. Now we're going to link off our Crusader with our Deceiver to go into our Wonder Driver. Now we're going to activate our Miracle Fusion. And from our grave, we're going to banish Neos with Stratos. And from here, we're going to summon our Wingman to the arrow that Wonder Driver points to. This way, chain 1, chain 2. We can add favorite contact to our hand and reset our Miracle Fusion. But we're also going to activate our Miracle Fusion first. And this time, we're going to banish Master Anki with Nova Master. Anki with Nova Master. Well, Duskcrow with Furnace to go into Contrast Hero Chaos. And that's pretty much the combo right there. It's like I said, a more refined version of the combo that I posted when we first got these cards revealed. And so you can basically end on your favorite contact ready to bounce back your Wingman and Neos to go into Neos Wingman. And you can even summon into the arrow that Wonder Driver points to get back your Miracle Fusion. You have Sunrise and you got Contrast. So it's a pretty good turn 1.5 combo. It's a lot better though, depending on what you have in hand, because you could probably probably something else you could do is during the combo line, instead of using ending on a field with Wingman, you could end with Duskcrow instead if you opened up like Mass Change or something. So that's just like food for thought right there. So that's the first one. Now I'm also gonna go over the combos with Vion. Well, at least one that seems to be like the most consistent. So I'll just grab everything again. Set this up. Let's see. Add the fusions. All right. So with this one, you should be able to end on a field with Contrast Hero, Wonder Driver, Dark Law, and you can either end on a field with double Dark Law, like to be able to go to a second one during your opponent's turn, or you can end it with Sunrise. So I'll go over that really quick. So first, normal summon Vion. Now, we all know what Vion does. Vion will let us dump from the deck, which, by the way, is assuming you're still playing like the cards in the sequence. Sinister Necrom. So we're going to use Sinister Necrom's effect to banish itself from the grave to summon Dead End Prison from the deck. From here, we're going to use Dead End Prison's effect to dump, and we're going to dump Malicious. But then we're going to use Malicious' effect to banish itself to go into the second one. Now from here, we're going to link off Prison with Malicious. We're going to go into Deceiver. And now Deceiver will let us add Neos to our hand. This is where we use the second effect of Ion. We're going to banish Prison from the grave in order to add Polymerization to our hand. Shoot, dropped it. Now we're going to use Malicious again to banish it to go into the third copy in the deck. Now we're going to link off Vion with Malicious to go into Cross Crusader. Remember to summon Cross Crusader to the left pointed arrow of Deceiver, because this way the arrow pointing under will come into effect when you go into your Wonder Driver. So we all know what Crusader does: bring back the malicious from the grave, tribute, and search. And in this case, we're going to search for Shadow Mist. And if you see in our hand, we added Neos, Shadow Mist, and Polymerization. I think we all know what happens here. Activate Polymerization, fuse from our hand, fuse both of them to go into Wingman. Chain 1, Chain 2, we can add Favorite Contact and a hero card to our hand. In this case, Anki, or Duskcrow. I keep saying that. I gotta get more ink for my printer. I gotta get the actual things printed out. So we're going to add, air quotes, Duskcrow. Sorry about that. And we're going to add Favorite Contact thanks to Wingman. So here's where you can go into a couple of routes. One, this is a way where you can use Anki or you could use Wingman first. It depends on, do you want to end on a field with a double Darklaw, or if you want to end with Darklaw plus Sunrise. So for right here, if you want to see how both of them, I'll just do it anyways. Really quick, I'll show how it works with, I'll show how it works with Anki and to end on a field with one Darklaw, and I'll explain how you can use it to go into a double Darklaw in a sec. So, first, we're going to use the effect of Anki. We're going to summon by banishing a hero from the grave. And let's banish Vion. Now, effect of Anki, we can add Furnace to our hand. So, we're going to use the effect of Furnace to ditch from the hand to add Mass Change to our hand. And now we'll use Wingman, tribute itself, to summon Sunrise from the extra deck. Next to Sunrise, we'll get to add back, we'll get to add our Miracle Fusion to our hand. Ah, here it is. Now from here, we're going to link off, again, air quotes, Duskcrow with Deceiver to go into our Wonder Driver. Now from here is where we can basically go a couple of routes. One, we could use our Mass Change now. Activate it and pick Wonder Driver. And now obviously we can go into Darklaw. But now we'll use Miracle Fusion to banish from our graveyard Furnace and Duskcrow to go into our Contrast Hero Chaos. And from here, we'll summon to the arrow that Wonder Driver points to. Sorry if it looks a little crooked. My bad. And now we can set either our Miracle Fusion or our mass change. Now, in this scenario, I would rather pick mass change because basically the idea basically is to once we burn, use contrast hero chaos's effect to negate for the turn. Pretty much, we could if we lose our dark law or something, yada yada yada. We could use mass change to just switch out contrast for mass change and just go into a second dark law. Basically, make it double like more annoying for our opponent because if they get rid of one, unless they open up like a field breaker, or yeah, basically we could just use that going and have double dark law. The reverse of how you could do this is instead of using Anki, and you could have left it on the field, and you could use Sunrise to go under Wonder Driver instead. So that's just an idea. It's a preferencing whether you want to end on 2 Dark Claws or 1. Again, food for thought. So really quick, now I'll go over the combos with Fusion Destiny. So let me get these back. Oh, remember, you still have all these plus also your favorite contact. Let's see. Okay. So, just like before, we'll still have our standard opening 4 cards, minus the Fusion Destiny. Because this is just like I said, obviously, depending on what you open up, you could make a way stronger turn 1 field, or turn 2 if you're going, second. But this is, like I said, just to showcase what you can do with each of the standard opening cards, heroes we usually use, like, Stratos, Vion, Fusion Destiny. Or shoot, you could even do this like if your opponent, I don't know, Valor's, Ashes. Because personally, whenever I open up Fusion Destiny, I like to use it if I don't open up Stratos, Vion, or Ferris or anything like that. I usually use Fusion Destiny, but I honestly like to have it like as the contingency plan because you got to be careful when you use Fusion Destiny because remember it locks you into darks only, so you got to be really careful when you use it. So that's why this is also a good way in case like your opponent like Valors, Imperms, Ashes, any of your your starters like your Hero Lives, Stratos, Ion, etc. So first we're going to activate Fusion Destiny. We're going to use Destiny to send. Now here's a bit of a conundrum. You can either, it depends on what your deck is playing, you could either go DPE or you could go into your Destiny Hero Dangerous. Now, through my playtesting, the more and more I keep trying this, the more I realize, unfortunately, if you go into Dangerous, you're going to either only be able to add, you're going to be able to only go into, you can go into Plasma plus your Contrast Hero and Darklaw, or you can go into DPE, Plasma, and Contrast. It's a situation that it's due to the fact that when with one you can only search one card. I'll just show how it goes. First, I'll show the combo to go if you use DPE. So we all know what we do here. We're going to send Malicious and Denier to the grave. Okay, so we're going to activate Malicious, Banish, to summon the second one from the deck. And because we control a Destiny hero, we can summon Denier from the graveyard with using its own once per duel effect. And thanks to that, we can put back Malicious, the first one, back to the top of the deck. And from here, we're going to Link Summon Malicious and Denier. And we're going to go into Cross Crusader. It really doesn't matter which one you bring back because we already used Denier's effect. to summon itself. So because it was already special summoned this turn, you can't use this effect again. I wish. So we're going to use Malicious. So we're going to banish. Well, not Malicious. I mean, we're going to use Crusader's effect to summon Malicious, and then we're going to Tribute. I am tongue-tied today. And from here, we're going to add our Vision Hero Vion. We're going to normal summon our Vion, and we're going to dump from the deck Shadow Mist. Thanks to Shadow Mist effect, we can add a hero card to our hand. In this case, we're going to go into, we're going to add our, let's see. Here it is. Our quote-unquote Duskcrow. And before we go any further, we're going to use Vion's effect. Now, remember, since we're locked into Dark Monsters, there's no point to save Shadow Mist for like a summon to go into Sunrise or Wingman because they're not dark. So this is where we can use it right now. We're going to banish Shadow Mist to add Polymerization to our hand. Because we're going to need that later. This is where we use Malicious. Keep track of your Malicious right here because this is where counting your Malicious comes in handy. So we're going to be able to summon the second one again, thanks to Denier. Now we're going to link off Vion with Malicious. And we're going to go into our good buddy Deceiver. Thanks to Deceiver, we're going to be able to add Neos to our hand. And now we're going to activate the effect of our Destiny Hero Anki. Or, Duskcrow. We're going to banish Vion from the grave, summon it, and now we can add Furnace to our hand. Again, quote-unquote, Furnace. From here, we're going to use Furnace's effect. We're going to activate, reveal, but instead of discarding Furnace, we're going to discard Neos from our hand. That way we keep it in the hand with Polymerization. And this way we can add Mass Change to our hand. And from here, we're going to activate our Polymerization and fuse Furnace that's still in our hand with Duskcrow on the field to go into Contrast. And this is where things get really cool. Now, you can keep going past here because depending on what you're playing, and I'm going to link off Deceiver with Cross Crusader to go into our good buddy Dread Decimator. And remember when I said this is where keeping count of your Malicious pays off? We still have one more Malicious. Banish from the grave. Summon from the deck. And look at that. We have Mass Change in hand. Activate Mass Change. Send Malicious. And there you go. Dark Law. Also being powered up by Dread Decimator. All your heroes actually are. And don't forget, DPE is lowering the attack of all your opponent's monsters. So not only do you have a pop thanks to your DPE. You also have your Dark Law to banish their grave, and you got your negate thanks to contrast hero chaos. So all that just from Fusion Destiny, and the best part, you still have 4 cards in hand. So if you're going turn 1, if you open up like hand traps or stuff like that, you're just sitting pretty good. And all that just from 1 card. Sorry if there was a bit of a jump cut right there. Someone was knocking at the door and I had to go check. But anyways, so yeah, literally you can get that this entire field just with Fusion Destiny going to DPE. There's a lot more you can do actually with Destiny Hero Dangerous thanks to its requirements for a Destiny Hero and a Dark Monster, so you can send Malicious and Shadow Mist, and you can even use its own effect to discard a card to send Denier to the grave. So there is a bunch of things you can do with that card. So if you want to see a part 2, actually, because this video is going a lot longer than I thought it would, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely do a part 2 soon. And shoot, just like I said, let me know in the comments, what do you think, and do you have any suggestions? Like, because I really just love looking at all the different combos everyone has been posting on social media, talking about. And if you want to see, I retweet tons of them. So if you want to follow our social medias, link will be in the description. And just overall, just have a great week. Take care. Bye.